And again, if you the sleep tracking is good, and there's hope that maybe eventually it'll get some deeper integration with the Fitbit stuff once, now that Google owns Fitbit. Maybe they come out with a Gen 3 that works with your Pixel Watch perfectly or something like that. So
if I would have had one set up last night, it would have been like, you slept terrible.
It's weird though, because I don't wear my Galaxy Watch to bed a lot, but there's been a few times that I have worn it and I woke up the next morning feeling like I did not sleep well at all, and my watch is like, oh, you slept great. Really? I'm like, somebody's lying here.
So I read this article talking about, or maybe I heard it on a podcast, I can't remember, talking about the effect, right? The psychological effect of waking up in the morning and being like, oh, I feel like I slept okay, but then your watch or your whatever sleep tracking thing says you slept bad, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna feel, and then like you're feeling weird the rest of the day because you think that you slept bad.
I did sleep bad.
I did. You're right.
I feel terrible.
I don't know. I've never messed with them.
I would say I wear it so little to bed. Yeah. My immediate response was, "Well, you're wrong because I feel great."
Right.
So.
Just moving on. Yeah.
My wife has hers on most nights, so she kind of tracks. She'll see what her score was or whatever.
I think it would be interesting. I've been interested in the what are they called? The Aura rings. Yeah. I've been interested in those. Aura.
A-U-R-A.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Aura. Yeah.
Aura. Yeah. However you say it. I've been interested in those. The second gen was coming out. The trip that I took out with MediaTek, and there was a few YouTubers and stuff that had them, and I was like, okay, that one's more manageable. It's not big and bulky like that first version was. I mean, the first one wasn't bad, but as somebody who doesn't wear rings, like I don't know, I want it to be pretty slim. I've been interested to try that, but I don't know. I again, I'm like, what am I going to do with all of this data, right? Like if I wear this ring around and get all this data, I'm not.
Sell somebody. Everybody else does.
I like my heart rate. I like knowing that the Fitbit is going to catch it if I have some AFib stuff going on.
See, that's
I love that, and I love being able to see my steps. I just can tell whether I've been active during the day.
Gives you a general kind of baseline.
I don't get all of that because I don't have a Samsung phone. You only get some of that.
There's
a hacky way to do it that Samsung apparently actually signs off on, but it out of the box you can't use all the EKG or EEG stuff with.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing, like what Fitbit did is this watch doesn't have any of that stuff on it, but it can tell, like it tracks your heartbeat enough that it can pick up on an AFib.
Something irregular.
Right. It's a thing Google,
without the EKG or anything.
Google and Fitbit worked on. They have a
Pixel Watch
algorithm probably.
The Pixel Watch should have like the actual sensors and stuff in it for that, but without having to run that sensor all the time, it's also monitoring to make sure, like during the days and evenings and stuff, if you have abnormal heartbeats, it's not going to do a whole lot like deep scanning. It's going to be like, hey, we detected something's a little off. You might want to go get it checked.
Yeah.
So I don't have a history of that in my family, but I still, as you get older, you start thinking about that stuff.
Yeah, nice to have. I'm very excited for the Pixel Watch. We've talked about that a lot on this podcast.
I want some golf apps that work well. The Fitbit has basically none of those. Yeah. Because I've gotten to where I wear my watch all the time. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to have a good GPS app. I'd be happy to pay for it. That has all the courses that normally you're going to play, and to be able to look at my watch and know I've got 150 in.
Oh, cool. Yep.
And that's what
and you can scope most of them, but sometimes you don't know. And you can't see the green, and so you're like, okay, cool. I can see the green here, and I can also tell pin is probably in the middle, so that tells us I can land it here, whatever. Versus just kind of going, I see the pin and I scoped it. Let's just try. Whatever.
And that's why I'm excited about the Pixel, because we were talking this morning about Chromebooks, and we were talking about like the most iconic Chromebooks in history the last 10 years. It's cool you can actually say in history, because it's been a decade since Chrome OS came out. So
enough time has passed.
When you think iconic, it's not necessarily the best devices ever made or whatever. There's certain devices in every ecosystem that push things forward. I'm sure that there's probably a MacBook that was like the watershed for the next.
100%. The first MacBook Air. Like I'm an Apple
I remember
fan.
that. Yeah. So
the colored iMacs.
Were
huge.
Oh yeah.
The iPhone 4. Was a massive departure.
It was
when it went to the square.
I think I had the 4. Yeah, but
the iPhone 5 was its own thing because it actually introduced 16:9 screens. I worked in phones at that time.
But that's the thing with the Pixel Watch is it going to be the most powerful watch out there? No, and but it's going to do something for the ecosystem, because I don't know if you saw the launch of the Galaxy Watch 5. I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. They're doing sapphire glass, which is awesome. They don't know what they're doing on the Pixel, do they? They haven't said.
I don't know. I would love it if it was sapphire.
If it was sapphire, great. If it's not, okay, whatever. But if you saw the Galaxy Watch 5, the bar didn't really move that much. As far as
nothing that they announced.
Yeah, as far as what,
kind of a strange.
As far as what they're doing with the watch, there's no new tricks. It's just some new, the sapphire glass and a couple other things. But the LTE model is like $500. So for anyone complaining about the Pixel Watch price, no offense, shut up. Yeah. It's going to be awesome, because it's going to be a Pixel Watch that will work well with Android, but it's going to work seamlessly with the Pixel phone, and hopefully it will. Because of the Fitbit integration and everything else that Google's doing with Tensor, it will move the bar forward for Wear OS to where we all know Wear OS was almost dead there for a while. Yeah. And Samsung, honestly, Samsung probably saved it with their whole integration with Tizen and all that stuff, or whatever they're doing. But the Pixel Watch could be something great, even though it's not the greatest Wear OS watch ever made.
From a spec sheet
standpoint. And I'm excited. If it's $400 or $300, what's the restarting? $350?
I thought it was. I don't know. It's been a little bit since we talked about Pixel Watch.
I think pull it up, Andy Cam. See what we get.
$399, maybe $349.
But I mean, if you're talking $400 for an LTE version of a Pixel Watch, which looks amazing, by the way, it looks incredible, and it works seamlessly with your Pixel phone.
Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing device.
And with watches, we've talked about this a little bit of like, what do you need the watch to do? Is it this like super powerful smartphone on your wrist, or is it more of this glanceable
companion thing?
Yeah, companion device. And Google seems to be leaning more towards the companion glanceable stuff. You don't need the latest greatest hardware to have a good experience with a smartwatch.
Because that's what when I first got into smartwatches with the TicWatch and the TicWatch Pro and all that was my initial thought was, this could kind of replace my phone. There's no replacement for your phone.
Nah.
There's not. There's probably, until we start getting implantable devices, there's probably not going to be.
AR glasses one day.
Yeah, legit good AR glasses that are seamless, all that. But right now there's just not. The separation of your phone is the exception, not the rule. It's when I'm out running. It's when I'm out in the garage working on something, and I don't want to have my phone on me and accidentally break.
Are people chasing you, or?
Huh? No, I actually I got up and ran to the end of the road the other day.
Nice.
The short end, but it was the cul-de-sac.
Did you see a ghost, or?
No. I woke up and I was like, my kids are going to be up soon. I should get away as quickly as possible.
I knew there was something.
My wife and I have been talking, and I stopped doing the CrossFit thing a while back, and I really want to get back into it. But I remember how I felt when I went to CrossFit the first time, and I literally almost died. And Darwin's like, "Are you it's like serious?" And I'm like, "No, like I'm fine. I just think I'm going to throw up, so I'm going to go to the bathroom just in case I do." It was bad. It was really bad. So I'm trying to work myself back up, and I'm not going to do the class thing, but I'm going to do the personal trainer thing where I just work with him on the areas I need to work on. And I'm like, I need to start by losing a few pounds. So I got up. The best way to do it: get up in the morning, run, drink some water.
There you go. Love it. So, and the good thing about the LTE, that's the one thing I do love about an LTE watch is don't know. This is why you should watch the video version of our.
Yeah, you totally missed it.
Nothing hit your mic.
I don't even know how to describe that for those listening.
I'm kind of like a cat.
No words.
Gabe just swatted.
You ever see a cat? They're just
thin air.
Huh? What?
You're like Puss in
Chester?
Boots in the Shrek Christmas special.
Yep.
Where he's like telling some swashbuckling story,
and he's like,
and the next thing he's like batting something around, and then they zoom out, and he's under the tree, like hitting it, running back and forth. He's like,
"Yep,
I have shamed myself."
Yeah, it's great.
I love Puss in Boots.
Stuff.
Sorry. Anyway.
Good stuff. But anywho, LTE, although they are a replacement for your phone, being able to leave your phone behind in certain scenarios, for me, going out on a bike ride or going for a run, and knowing that if I were to fall or something happened, that I would still have service to be able to do an emergency call
if you have,
or whatever.
What's Apple call theirs? Does crash assist work
fall
when you get hit by a car? Did we ever determine that?
I don't.
It smashed his watch.
Yeah, my watch got.
But like, what's the
smashed.
Pixel? Theirs is it crash
on the phone.
But if they have that on the watch, or they detect like an
chance.
AFib or a heart attack or something like that. But again, like you said, like, and a big one for me is I remember we had I think it was a review unit or something here, and Robbie had gone out to the local par 3, and he had a phone. You have a phone clamp on your little thing, or the phone you had got a scratch on it.
I think it was this
one time at the golf course, because if you know anything about sand,
it's this Pixel Pro. Like it's still there.
It's a little hairline scratch. Yeah, if you know anything about sand, it's what glass is made of, so it scratches glass.
It owns
very
glass.
easily. Mm-hmm. So when we go to the golf course, matter of fact, right after I got the Galaxy Watch, we were at Lincoln Trail, and I got a phone call. We were on 18, walking up the hill to 18, and it's awesome to be able to.
Yeah.
I mean, don't generally take calls when you're on the golf course, but if it's something that you need to take, you can just take it, and I don't have to worry about my phone being in my pocket or in the golf. It's not somewhere where it's going to get scratched up, and don't worry about it. So
and that's honestly one of the things I'm excited for with the Pixel Watch. It's just that. Because I got the Samsung for a little bit and was like, oh, this is really cool. I like this. Because the Fitbit, it's all Bluetooth. So unless I'm close enough to the phone, it's not going to do it. And if the phone's packed away, it's not great as far as like dealing with messages and phone calls and stuff. It does the basics, but having a little bit better version of that.
We need to do another step test. We went to the course the other day and started really close in steps and ended pretty far off. So we need to find some sort of constants.
Yeah.
Do you track your steps, Andrew?
Not often.
Oh, okay. It doesn't just do it automatically.
Like it does.
You do have a longer gait than I do, though. So.
That is true.
You know, and what's cool is my son's got Versa 3 as well.
And you had to walk and find way more golf.
You're right.
No, I had more steps.
Did you really? Interesting.
Yeah, so.
I had to walk and find his golf balls.
Yeah,
that's true.
Not true. I played terrible.
But none of us played well that day, but we had fun.
We were at Kings Island, and I was racking up. I think I ended up with nearly 30,000 steps the day that we went to Kings Island. It was insane. But midday, we were walking out to the car. I had to get something, and my son came with me, and I asked him, I was like, oh, buddy, I got 17,000 steps. What do you got? And he was at like 20. It's like,
it's got the little bitty legs.
Yeah, and I was like, I think the math works there. It's like, okay, so as we were walking out, there was a sidewalk, and it had lines every so much, and I was like, just walk normal. And so I was counting, and for my 5 steps, he would take, or for my 4 steps, he would take 5 or 3 or 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I did the math on the ratio, and every time I checked his steps and my steps, it was always the ratio was the exact same.
Interesting.
Makes sense. So I'm like, that makes me feel like it's counting steps pretty.
Yeah, because ours wasn't like way off, but it was enough that it was like one of us had played an extra couple holes.
Sure.
And my legs are probably, I don't know, 8 to 10% longer than yours, maybe.
Yeah.
Or my gait, anyway.
I bet you it might be like a 7 to 8 kind of ratio or something like that.
Yeah. Did we find the price on the watch?
Not official, but they're looking between $200 and $350.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right. They haven't officially announced it, have they?
No.
Man, that would be. Whew.
If you got LTE for $350, that would be
that'd
insane.
be a done deal. Because
which blows my mind.
The
that
Watch
there are people
4
that are like, oh, it's through. I'm like,
Nice
really?
watches are expensive.
Yeah, I mean the best one out there is the Tick Watch, their latest one that has the newer Snapdragon. I think it's $399, but that's still $400. I mean,
for what still amounts to an off-brand.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's funny. Like my son really wants a Google Watch, or a Pixel Watch, and he just keeps going on about it. And I'm like, it does depend. It depends on which version of Pixel we're talking about here. So, is this Pixel 6a Pixel that's it's a great phone and it's affordable, or is it? But even the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro are affordable phones for their class. So, like, this does not feel like a $900 MSRP phone. I'm holding up the Pixel 6 Pro. It feels like $1,000+ phone, and so it's a little cheaper than what it feels like it should be. Same thing with the Pixel 6 and 6a, and so it's interesting. I see some of the people that see Pixel Watch and think this is going to be a good watch but affordable, because it's a Pixel. It's got to kind of meet that, and so I do think they need to stay just shy of whatever a similarly spec'd Apple Watch is. I think they do have to. They have to make sure and stay south of that.
Which is,
I have no idea.
What's an Apple Watch cost, Andrew?
What's the
I
latest
couldn't tell you
gen?
the last time I bought one. Let me look though.
You just had an extra one?
Yeah.
Wow.
He used to wear 2.
He used to work in the phone biz.
I can't talk to you how I got them.
Have to kill you.
Oh, that just clicked.
But yeah,
You're looking at
Pixel Buds Pro, for instance. You know, they're $50 cheaper than AirPods Pro. So I think they got to stick in that.
Yeah, just for the aluminum case one, $450.
Yeah.
That's that's your starting
What's
price.
the other
basically.
case?
Base
Platinum?
one,
Ceramic.
400, 450, and then stainless steel gets up to. That's what.
Oh,
this
I thought
one
it was. I thought that did they? I thought
they had a ceramic.
Oh, okay.
And they may still, but
Yeah,
the
the stainless
most
is the newer
stainless and aluminum.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, so I mean, it just depends. Just depends on what they show up with. I think.
Yeah.
At first, I didn't love the design. I thought it was going to be too pebbly looking.
Yeah.
You know, like just a couple of those leaks made it look strange. But then seeing some of the renders now that they've put out from,
I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I think it's going to look great.
When Rick flashed his wrist, I was sold. I was like, man, that's a.
And
he's about my size. Rick
Yeah.
Osterloh is. I was like, that's a good.
And I don't care so much about the thickness. I mean, I wear these big, thick watches.
The bulbousness
it was just the curvature of it looked weird to me.
It's like a water drop.
Yeah. It just looked a little strange. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching this clip of the Chromecast podcast. We appreciate you watching. If you want to see the full episode, we have a different YouTube channel for that, the Chromecast podcast.
Yeah.
Go check it out. But if you like this clip, make sure to give us a thumbs up, click subscribe, and the notification bell.
Yes.
If you do those three things,
Ring the bell.
You'll get a
We're best
gold
friends.
star
we
for
are
today.
best friends.
Yeah, and we love you. Okay, we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.